Okay, seeing none, we're going to move to visitor statements. And before we start visitor statements, I have a statement. The Board of Education welcomes and encourages the participation of its citizens in the business of the school district. Thank you for your attendance. There are 2 points in the meeting where visitor statements are scheduled. Citizens are welcome to ask questions or make comments at either one. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. If a person would like additional time to address the board, such a request should be submitted in writing 48 hours before the meeting to the superintendent. For more details, please refer to board policy 2:230, public participation at Board of Education meetings and petitions to the board. So I'm going to start over here. We're going to do visitors' comments, and so each of you have a 3 minute, if you're going to come up, you have a 3 minute time limit. So I'm going to start over here first. Anybody want to speak here? Anybody want to speak over here? Jim, coming up. Please state your name and where you're from.
Jim Landau, 3307 Vernon. Just for the record, I'm not a part of the, I'm just a member of the Boosters Club. I'm not an officer or anything. I'm just wearing the shirt, show support. Have a real couple quick questions on the discussion. And Dr. Skinkis, I apologize, I missed your superintendent's report that may have addressed some of these items. I'm all for transparency. The more transparency, the best. To the extent of the transparency, I don't think I've ever seen this extent a school or a board has made of a Boosters Club, but it was probably the motivations of the board because of maybe some past occurrences that it's their motivation. So I embrace it. A little concerning regarding some of the verbiage. They're going to require in their bylaws containing the following: public disclosure, great; record retention, great; conflicts of interest. And maybe I can go to the superintendent can respond back to me in regards of conflict of interest. You know, I think that needs to be defined a little bit more. So I just got involved in the Boosters. I pay my membership. I pay an extra contribution because I believe that the Boosters, a healthy Boosters Club, will fill in the gaps when we need that support. But if I own a trucking company, you need a truck to move some product for some sort of event. I'm going to contribute that. I need to make a profit and pay for my labor. Is that a conflict of interest? Or if I'm a manufacturer of widgets and I'm going to provide that to the school for some sort of event, is that a conflict of interest? So I think you need to define what you mean by conflict of interest. I think having your meeting, the quarterlies and your account balances all on the website are great, but political activity or contributions, so does that mean just because ideologically I disagree with you, does that mean that there's going to be some sort of incrimination because I'm my political activity or contributions? I don't understand that statement at all. You know, that's going to discourage volunteerism. And then this is limited to, including but not limited to, so at the whim of the board, because they don't like the way, maybe they don't like because I supported the referendum, that they're going to come at me, and then the board's going to have some sort of policy 890 police monitoring the board when you guys should be paying attention to curricular and financial. There's a reason why these organizations exist, and there's a reason why, if you know anything about these organizations, there's a separation between between the district and these type of clubs. But again, I appreciate I embrace the transparency, and that's great. However, if there is another agenda because of past problems, or if there's a community member that had an issue with a video camera or a $15,000 donation, like here, you guys wanted a sign. You can't afford a sign, you got a sign. $32,000. You cry poor mouth, you get a sign. You ask the Boosters for a donation. I personally contributed $500 or whatever to the Boosters Club. I don't agree with that. I take it up with the board. I don't take it up with the Board of Education. If you think there's any problems within that organization, you put a complaint in with the state's attorney. Instead, we're gonna have a Board of Education, wasting their time policing boosters. I just think it discourages, but I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Anybody else want to speak over here? Nobody?